It's so early. Sup nerds, I'm Joshua Talby. Last weekend I went to Las Cruces Comic Con in my first cosplay. I talked about the con extensively in the Sup Nerds NSFW podcast, which I'll have a link to below. Today I want to focus more on the response I got about the cosplay, my sort of final thoughts about it, and what I plan to do next. There was a lot of interest in the cosplay. Several people took my photo, and a lot of people asked questions about it. But the main response that I got about the costume was, "You look really awesome. Who are you supposed to be?" Which was a little depressing. Looking at the pictures, I've sort of realized the issue. The concept of the costume was to do a post-apocalyptic Doctor Doom, but I think I went a little bit too post-apocalyptic and not enough Doctor Doom. It just didn't really shout Doctor Doom, but I still had a lot of fun. For the last couple of days, I was insanely depressed. I spent 6 to 7 months working on this costume, and then the reception was sort of meh, and I don't think that was unjustified. I think there are some issues with the costume. I think that it could be way better. It's just going to take a lot of work to get to a place where I want it to be. I mean, there was even a moment where I was considering, do I even continue doing cosplay? Do I even continue doing the YouTube channel? And that thought was quickly dismissed because I enjoy doing this and I enjoy making stuff. So, this was my first cosplay experience. And yeah, it wasn't like perfect and it wasn't like a fairy tale experience, but I still enjoyed it and I still value the experience, and I don't regret all the time I've spent working on the costume. So I'm definitely going to keep trucking on. In that vein of thought, there's what I'm going to do next. I have 3 costumes in mind. My first option is Dr. Robotnik from Sonic. I've also wanted to do Solomon Grundy, and I kind of want to redo Doctor Doom. Now each one of these costumes poses an interesting challenge. Robotnik would require, that's hard to say, Robotnik would require a lot of sewing. Solomon Grundy would be a lot of makeup, and if I go the route of Doctor Doom again, I am going to change my approach and I would have to make a lot of armor, which due to money concerns would probably not be out of Warble but out of foam, which is a whole skill set that I'm not super familiar with. So by the time next week's video comes out, I should have a better idea of exactly what I'm going to be doing, which costume I'm going to be handling first, and we'll see how it goes from there. Bye, nerds.